Today, what we're going to look at is a ladder execution of a gap failure. Now, a gap failure is just simply when the regular trading hours or cash session opens above or below the previous. Now, in order to play a gap failure, crucially, you need to know why. Why do you want to play this one and not perhaps a different one? So first, let's go and have a look at why you want to play this, and then we're going to look at how exactly you go about doing it. This is the why. Key part of any trade is good planning, good prep, clear hypotheses. Something we cover a lot of in any of our education. Links to that below. So why do you want to play this? First up, the S&P has broken a significant low. This being 74, 73 to 69. This was also the low from the 8th of July. Having done that, it's established value lower over the course of Thursday and Friday of the prior week. So value is now basically accepting the market being at lower prices, which opens the door to further continuation down. On top of that, if we go and look at the action on Friday, we traded up above the level and then straight back. So even when the market had the chance to go higher, it doesn't do it. All of these are little signs that there's a fair bit of weakness in this. On top of this, Delta has risen for the past 4 days. And on none of those days has it been able to maintain upside momentum, more downside. So over the weekend, we've then got this gap higher. And on the right of the chart, you can see with the blue background, the ETH, extended trading hours session, moving higher. There's a vulnerability here. If this does not manage to stay up, then we have the potential not just to fill the gap back down towards 74.96, but to actually fall all the way back to value, because this acts as essentially a magnet to price. So coming into this day, there's a couple of things that you can look for. First idea would be nice and simple: break the overnight high, fail to continue, and then sell it back to the gap, sort of 25 down to 95. Alternatively, if we do not get there, which is what happens, then we have to work out, well, how else are you going to take this trade on? To do that, we're going to need a shorter time frame chart, and we're going to need a ladder. So let's get onto that, and we'll go and have a look at how you go about playing this, how you go about executing it. This is the S&P just ahead of the open. You'll notice the open because it will pick up a little bit of pace. I'm actually showing this at double the speed just because it's about 15 minutes or so before we really start to get the move coming into play. But the preamble is what matters. Yeah, it's the understanding how the market's trading beforehand that's going to help you with how exactly you execute this. So here's your opening candle. We're seeing a fair bit of sort of chop within these first few minutes. There's no real value of jumping in here. Because if you jump in at 09, let's say, your stop realistically at best has got to be above 15 or 16, and you're only really targeting down towards 96. So it's a 50-50, or sort of 1-to-1 risk reward, and about a 50-50 trade. So not really the one I want to be getting involved in. So how do we deal with this now then? Because at the moment, the S&P is having a little bit of a test lower. We've opened at around about 07 3/4. We've had a little test higher to 10, and we've just now had a test lower to 2 3/4. So what I'm thinking at this point is I don't have any options really to get in. Give it the opening range. Give it 5 minutes, let it establish some range, and then we can go from there. Because it's very easy to get tempted in and you start thinking, oh, okay, now it's just ticked through the low of the initial move. Let's start selling it. This isn't really what you want to be doing. So this is where you need to employ a little bit of patience. I'd still love the idea of seeing it back up through 15 and then sell that to come back down. If that's not happening, well, now we need to start to assess, okay, well, where are my options? At the minute, and one of the things you always want to do is start thinking ahead. At the minute, I'm looking at this thinking, I've probably got 2 clear options here. One is going to be selling it on the retest of the open, to sort of test through the open and then down. The other being still the break through the overnight high. The only other option I've really got is to let it get inside of the gap. And you see just now we traded down towards 98. So we traded right down onto the gap and we're starting to bounce back. So I've got one option here, which is to go for it from around 7.5. If you can get in around 7.5, that's where the open was. This can be a point where, as long as it stalls, we can have a go at a short. Now, if you're doing this, you don't really want to see it through the high of that initial candle. So you can have a go, but if it starts trading through 10, 11, you can't really stay in the trade. So we're out of that now. That one's not worked. That's fine. This is now the test towards the upside. So we're forming now the opening range. I think you have to go for the trade of reselling the open, because if it does test and go down, you'll miss it if you don't have a go. So it's cost us a little bit in taking that trade on. It's cost us about 5 to 6 big ticks. That's not necessarily too much of a problem. We've now got through the first 6 or 7 minutes. We've traded up to 13 3/4, 14 even, and we traded down towards 98. So next options for us. We can look for a break back through the open, albeit that's already failed one. So it's a slightly uncomfortable trade. If you're going to have a go at it, it's not one you want to be going too aggressively on, simply because of the fact that it's already shown us an unwillingness to really respect this as much of a level here. So that's the 07 3/4 area. At the moment, what we are starting to do is we're starting to build a little bit of volume up here around about between 14 and 10. So one option is to try and play back through here. That's a little bit fishing for ideas. If this is me, I'm sitting here and thinking, right, I've got two plays here. Back through the open or break of the low. So let's see what starts to happen. The nice bit here is that we are starting to build a little bit of volume up here and we're now breaking away. So we're back towards the open. This is the bit you want to see, a bit of momentum here. You don't really want to see it bouncing off. You want to see it down to it, straight through it. So that's going to be the bit that we're watching for now. Can we push through? And you see again, defending the open. The fact that we've seen that is helpful, because now it shows us that there is some willingness to defend it. If it goes through, that defense goes away and now the weakness comes in. So we can get back in now at the open. Risk is still that we start to move back into this previous little area of consolidation up around 10. So I don't want to be rushing to add on to this one here. But once we're in, now starting to look a bit, okay, we're probably thinking about a stop somewhere up at say 12. Remember, there's a pretty hefty target here. Minimum is to back down towards 96, but beyond that, you're really looking down towards the top of value around 70 and really down towards sort of 59. So the objective here is now to be thinking about, where can I add on to this? The clear point to add on is a break of the low. Break of the low is also a break into yesterday's range. In doing that, you've got the scope for that breakdown. So it's not always a case you have to be in straight at the open. Opens are often the most dangerous time because it's the time where the greatest level of uncertainty is. Once a market starts to show you where it wants to go, then it becomes quite clean. There we go. We're down towards 98. You've also got this little pocket of low volume on that flush down. So I've got an area that we could try and sell on a pullback if we can get there. If not, we can go for a break of the low. So in now at 97. Key bit here, can we get through 96? If we can do that, we're in business. Once you now got down through here, this is where you can now start thinking about targets further to the downside. If you want a quick target, you've got a previous high at 87, and then you've got 73 as well. So if you're just looking down towards 87, that can be your first quick target there. Beyond that, then you've got the old level at 73, which is also the higher value from yesterday. And beyond there, then you're going all the way back down to value. The key bit with something like this, though, is first up, having a clear reason why you want to sell this gap failure. And on the back of that, being clear where you're going to get in. If you don't get the opportunity to get in on a false break of the overnight high, then you've got to reassess your options. The option here was the back through the open after that first 5 minutes or opening range. Alternatively, it's the playing it straight through the opening range low, which was 98. And if you can do that, then you're set for the move all the way down towards 73, towards value down at 57. You see it bouncing here now as well, straight back towards 98. You see that little test, back to 98. You might even have to sell lower if you want to try and add on to this one. The fact that we've got this low volume here though, that should act as a fair bit of protection, and you're looking good now for that continuation lower. So there we go. If you want to play a gap failure, crucially, you need to know why you want to do it. Then it's the job of working out how you're going to do it.